everyone, so today in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about how to keep your skin oil and shine free. A lot of products I use are oil free and help me prevent my skin to become really slick and oily and shiny, which I believe a lot of people don't like their skin to be too shiny. Yes, some people like to go for that dewy look, but I think a lot of people like to have a nice matte skin with a little bit of shine around their highlight area, just like I have on today. So today I'm going to show you a couple of products that help my skin be as matte as possible and shine free, especially in this hot summer heat. It's hard for me, nice and dry, and not have my makeup fall off completely. I mean, especially in this heat, you know, you start sweating and you get very hot and it feels like your makeup's just going to melt off your face. So these are products that are going to help your makeup stay on longer and hopefully keep your skin matte and shiny in the areas you want it to. So I have a lot of products here. But first off, I'm going to show you the nail polish I wore in my last favorites video because I got asked what it was. So here it is. This is the Milani Creme Brulee. It's a pretty color. I have it on my nails right now. It just looks like a pretty manicure color. I love, love, love the way it looks. This is the color itself right there. So if you want to see my nails, there they are. I love this ring. It reminds me of Marc Jacobs Daisy. So pretty. So yeah, that's the nail polish I'm wearing right now. Okay, so let's start off. The first product I'm going to show you is a primer. Now, a primer is a really great way to keep your makeup matte and help it stay on a lot longer and keep your skin have that matte finish. And what's another great thing about having a mattifying primer is that it's going to allow your skin to be matte, and sometimes it'll help your foundation stay matte as well. So your skin will already have that matteness. So first off, I'm going to show you my all-time go-to product when my skin is just completely oily and just is not behaving and it is so gross. And I'm telling you, I have very oily skin. So this is my go-to product that I absolutely love. And I've been using it for about, I must have gone through about 3 or 4 bottles of this stuff. So this is the Laura Mercier Secret Finish Mattifying Gel. It goes on like this. I'm going to show you. I'll just take a tiny bit on the back of my hand. So there's that for you. And there's the product right there. So we see it's very, very small. I put a very small amount, but it dries very matte. And it just leaves this really nice cashmere finish to your skin. It's very soft and keeps your skin very matte. So I like to use that underneath I first my moisturizer on if I'm going to use a moisturizer. Sometimes I don't use a moisturizer because my skin is, once again, very oily. So I'll just apply this and then put my foundation on. So that's a great product to have if you have very oily skin, and it also helps your makeup last a lot longer. As I've used it, it's helped my makeup last a lot longer. So that's a great product. Laura Mercier is $28 at Sephora or at Laura Mercier counters. The next product is kind of new to me. I've had it for about couple of months now, and it's very inexpensive. It's a moisturizer and it's also a mattifier, so you can use this as a mattifying primer as well. It's very inexpensive. It's by Clinque. This is a moisturizer and a mattifier. You can use this to help mattify your skin as well as moisturize it. So it's a very interesting product. Let me show you it. Take a small amount. It also has an SPF and it protects against UVA and UVB rays, so it also has a sunscreen in it. So this is that for you. Just rubbing that on the back of my hand. And this, once again, dries very matte. So you can't really tell the difference, but it smells like sunscreen and it just has a nice finish. As you can tell, it kind of lightened my hand up a bit because it has that sunscreen in it. But this is really great for your everyday use if you're not too worried about your skin being too oily, because it doesn't last all day long, but it does last for a good amount of time. I want to say the Secret Finish lasts a lot longer than this stuff. So that's the reason why I love that stuff. But this stuff works really great if you're going to be outside for a little while, if you're going to the beach and you just want a little bit of sunscreen on and you don't want your skin to be oily. This would be a great product to have. It's very inexpensive too. It's about $5 or $6, so it's a great thing to have for yourself. The next product I have for you is another kind of mattifying. It's not really meant to mattify your skin, but it's there to minimize your pores. And that's also a way of creating a matte-free skin, because your pores, like I said in the past video, my pores like secrete oil, so it's also very helpful to have a minimizer for your pores. So this is the Pore Minimizer by Clinique. This is about $20 at Clinique counters or at Sephora. It's a refining lotion and it helps reduce the size of your pores. So I'm almost fully done with this bottle, and I don't use it too often. I use it every now and then, but I'm pretty sure if I used it consistently, it would help minimize my pores a lot. They have minimized a substantial amount but not, you know, drastically. I think over time they've gotten smaller. And I normally only use it in my T-zone area. I don't really put it all over my face. So I use this as a primer sometimes if I'm in a rush, and I'll just put some of this on and I just feel like it. So this is here. It's a pretty good product. It's not skin changing. Maybe it would be for you if you were to use. It's a great product, and it also mattifies your skin. So those are my three kind of primers for matte skin: the Mercier, the Clinque, and the Clean and Clear. This is definitely a cheaper buy. If you're just looking for something inexpensive and you need matte skin, then this is a great buy. But if you like the more high-end quality stuff, then I would definitely go for this. This is one of my favorite products to use for oily skin. And this as well is a great product for long-term use if you want to minimize your pores, if you have very oily skin like me. So next I'm going to go on to makeup. Now, it's very important if you have very oily skin like myself that you have a mattifying foundation. Now, if I use any other foundation that's not mattifying, my makeup will literally wipe off my face because my skin is so oily sometimes, especially in the heat, in the hot Texas heat here. It gets so hot that my makeup just falls off. So I have to use a good primer, which is why I showed you those. And I have to use a really good foundation, especially one that is matte. So my all-time favorite foundation that's mattifying is the, ta-da! This is the Make It Forever Matte Flip Plus, which is one of my favorite foundations for matte skin. It gives a great finish on your skin. Actually, I'm wearing it right now. It's a very full, medium to full coverage foundation. It dries incredibly matte, it dries incredibly fast as well, so you need to work fast with this, and I normally apply with my hands because it's easier to work with your hands because you have that warmth of your hands and it's easier to move. So this is a great foundation. I've just bought a new bottle, actually, this is my old one. But it's a great foundation if you have very oily skin. I would not suggest it if you have dry skin because it, once again, is very, very matte. I mean, honestly, sometimes I have dry patches around my mouth sometimes when I'm, you know, using a medication around my chin area, and it will, you know, gather up in that dry patches because it's not meant for dry skin. It's for very, very oily skin. So this is a great product if you have severely oily skin like me. Next is setting powders. Now you can use all kinds of setting powders. You can either skip a setting powder because, once again, this foundation dries really, really matte, but personally I like to have that extra backup. I don't like to have all this expensive products on my skin and then have it just run off. So I always like to set my foundation. So this is a great setting powder that I've been using for about a couple of months now. I've actually gone through two or three of these. Actually, yeah, I've gone through 3 of these. So it's actually pretty good. This is by e.l.f. It's a high definition powder. It only comes in 1 shade. It's about $6, so it's very inexpensive, and it's a great finely milled powder. I have it on right now as well. In fact, if you want to know what I'm wearing right now, I'm actually wearing this primer, this foundation, and this powder. So that's these are 3 products I have on my skin right now, and as you can tell, it's been about 12 hours since I've had this foundation on, but keep in mind I have powdered my skin, and I'm going to show you on another powder for touch-ups. But first off, this is a great powder, so you need to make sure that you're setting your makeup because you don't want to have, you know, that flawless foundation and then have it all fall off. So my next product also helps set your foundation, but it's also a great product if you don't want to have that powdery finish. For example, I like having that really nice matte skin, but I don't like it to be too cakey and too powdery. So this is a great product to help reduce the looks of powdered face, but also keep that matte finish. So this is the DeSlick setting spray by Urban Decay and by Scandinavia. This is an awesome product if you have very oily skin. Once again, I have sprayed this on, and as you can tell, my skin doesn't look powdery, but it does look very matte. So this is a great product for that. It doesn't keep your skin looking powdery. It actually takes away the powdery look, but it keeps your skin very, very matte, like I said. It's a great product. It's about, I want to say it's about $28, $29 at Sephora. But it lasts for 16 hours, which is amazing. I think it's also helped my foundation stay a lot longer than it normally would have. Honestly, my makeup does last a very long time, but this just makes it even longer, especially when I have those days where I'm going to work a full 9 to 5 work day, and then I also have to go somewhere after work for about a couple of hours after. So this is a great product to have in your kit if you have, if you do bridal work, or if you do for yourself personally that you have oily skin. But it's just a great mattifying setting spray, which I think is very important. Another great thing is that they also make a dew one. So if you like that dewy finish, they'll have that for you there. So that's a great product. This is also one of my favorite products of the month right now. So, yep. And then lastly, for touch-ups, you want to have a good powder that's going to keep your skin mattifying. Now, I don't have one right now because I already used it all. Laura Mercier green powder. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's in the Laura Mercier compact. And it's just a green powder, and that's good for touch-ups as well because it doesn't have any extra coverage. Once again, if you don't like that full coverage, it's just there to mattify your skin. But one of my favorite powders I'm using right now that I actually use to touch up during the day today is the Lancome powder. This is the dual finish powder makeup. Now this is all a makeup foundation. You can use it's versatile. You can either use it as just a setting powder, or you can use it as a touch-up powder, or you can use the actual foundation. So this is the one I have on right now. I am in the color matte neutral. There it is for you. Let me show you for you. Mine's kind of dirty, but there it is for you. So it's a nice, just a simple powder that you use to touch up. The great thing I love about this compact is that it comes with 2 different sponges. It comes with an actual sponge, and it also came with a padding one, so that was really great because it gives you the option if you're going to do that. And also it came with this really cute plastic thing that has a little Lancome emblem on it, but it helps keep your foundation lasting longer, because if you keep your sponge in just like that, you know, in the powder, it'll cake up your powder, which isn't good. So I like that it has that screen to protect your powder. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful for those of you who have oily skin like me and, you know, trying to beat that heat. It's really, really hot. It's just getting hotter and hotter. And hopefully for those who have normal to dry skin, even though you have, sometimes people just have oil in their T-zone, these are also really great products for that. If that is your case where you only get oily in those T-zone areas, then I would definitely just stick to getting something like this, Laura Mercier or the Clean and Clear, because these are just simple products to put in your T-zone area, maybe on your cheeks sometimes, if you get oily there, and that'll help beat that shine all day. So hopefully that was helpful. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Enjoy!